10 abandoned houses that are so creepy you can't believe they exist. Hello everyone. Welcome to the place to explore the spooky and mysterious. Today we delve into the unknown and compile a list of 10 abandoned houses that are incredibly terrifying to exist. From haunted mansions to spooky mansions, these crumbling structures are sure to send chills down your spine. But before you start, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any exciting content. Let's get started. 10 Windcliff House, USA. Windcliff House was built by Elizabeth Schermerhorn in the woods of the Hudson Valley River in New York. It served as her summer home for several decades until her death, and was the inspiration for several other villas built in the area. After her death, the mansion was also used by subsequent owners until it was completely abandoned in her 1950s due to the problems of the Great Depression. More than 70 years later, the mansion on which it stands is gradually being submerged by the Hudson Valley River forest. Surprisingly, there are no ghost stories about this abandoned house. The only thing to worry about is the terrifying sight. 9 Elda Castle, New York. Architect Lucy Abbott Cato and fashion entrepreneur David Abercrombie built this stunning stone house in Ossining and called it Elda Castle. Elda was her acronym for her 4 children. Built on 50 acres, the castle features an arched roof, arched doors and windows, bay windows, a spiral staircase, and wood-tiled wall panels. After the death of her husband and children, David moved away with his older daughter, and the castle remains abandoned to this day. 8 Lewis Family Mansion, Taiwan. The Lewis Family Mansion, also known as Makeshift Ghost House, was built in 1929 in Baroque style. The Lewis family suddenly moved out of this Taiwanese country house in the 1950s, and it has remained abandoned ever since. Several stories are circulating as to why this house was abandoned, but no clear reason has yet been found. 7 Linwood Hall. Linwood Hall is a century-old, 110-room Gilded Age palace located in the Philadelphia suburbs, designed by Horace Trumbauer in the late 1890s. Construction cost estimated at $200 million in today's dollars. Although it remains in relatively good condition, it could cost up to $40 million to restore the hall and its grounds to its former glory, said David B. Rowland, president of the Old York Road Historical Society. That's what it means. Despite its dilapidated condition, Linwood Hall is actually still worth millions of dollars and was listed for sale in July 2019 for $11 million. However, it has since been withdrawn from the market. 6 Pidhyrtsy Castle, Ukraine. Pidhyrtsy Castle, located in the Lviv region of Ukraine, was built by the Italian architect Andrea Dell'Acqua between his 1635 and his 1640 years as a leisure residence for a high-ranking Polish military commander. It was done. The manor house prospered for many years, but new owners took over the castle in the 19th century, and it fell into serious disrepair at the end of World War II due to neglect. Pidhyrtsy Castle has been damaged by fire and floods over the years. The Lviv Museum Foundation wants to restore the mansion, but a lack of funds appears to be hampering progress. The foundation is calling on investors to help with the restoration, and local students are volunteering their time to restore the building. 5 Villa dei Vecchi, Italy. Known as Italy's haunted house, Villa dei Vecchi was built between 1854 and 1857. It was to become the summer residence of Count Felix de Vecchi, head of the Italian National Guard. The house had all the modern amenities of the time, including indoor heating pipes and a large pressure well, but it was home to a mysterious family tragedy. In 1862, the Count committed suicide after returning home to find his wife murdered and his daughter missing. Relatives continued to live in the villa until World War II, but by the 1960s the villa was deserted. It is said that a ghostly creature used to play in the wing of the house at night. Although an avalanche in 2002 destroyed surrounding homes, the once luxurious, now dilapidated ghost mansion still stands. 4 Pineheath House, Harrogate. Pineheath House in Harrogate, England has been abandoned for approximately 40 years. It sat untouched for more than a quarter of a century before being purchased by a local businessman in 2013. The history of this mansion dates back to his 1920s and was originally owned by the wealthy aristocrats Sardunja Boy and Red Beaumange. After Lady Beaumange's death in 1986, the house remained untouched and the couple's belongings still scattered. The mansion was left to Lady Beaumange's daughter, Mrs. Meru Jahangir, who left it in the same condition it was in before her mother's death. She passed away in 2012. A doll believed to have been left behind by the couple was found in one of the house's 40 bedrooms, and a playlist of songs had been left in the ballroom. The couple lived in the house during the cold months of the year and spent the summers at their home in Windsor, England. The current owners have vowed to turn the mansion back into a luxury residence. However, it said it had been planning to sell the property after its initial planning application was rejected in 2020. 3 Miranda Castle, Belgium. Belgian political activist Count Liedekerk Beaufort had to leave his home and move with his family to a neighboring country during the French Revolution. In 1866, British architect Edward Milner was commissioned to build a summer house. However, Milner died before the castle was completed. The castle was then used as a Nazi concentration camp during World War II, as a holiday camp for the Belgian Railway Company, and as an orphanage. Eventually, the castle was abandoned in 1991 due to high maintenance costs. 2 Dome Homes, Florida. Located just off the coast of Marco Island in Cape Romano, Florida, Dome Homes are built as vacation homes. But after a series of hurricanes and coastline retreat, the structure, which resembles an alien spaceship, was eventually abandoned. 1 House of Death, New York. New York's Greenwich Village neighborhood is home to some of the most sought-after real estate in the world, not counting the brownstones on West 10th Street. Known as the House of Death, the townhouse is said to be haunted by 22 ghosts who lived or died within its walls, including the ghost of a 6-year-old girl who was killed by her adoptive father. But this is New York City, so this house also has a famous pedigree. Author Mark Twain said he lived in this house in 1900, and his ghost is said to return from time to time. The eerie history of house is chronicled in Spindrift, Spray from the Haunted Sea by author John Bryant and her Bartle, in which she described her experiences on the top floor of the House of Death, is talked about in detail. The building still contains private apartments, so it is not possible to tour the inside. However, this street is a popular stop on New York City Ghost, his tours, including stops on New York City-wide tours offered by New York Ghost. That's it, folks. The 10 creepiest abandoned houses you won't believe exist. If you enjoyed this spooky journey into the unknown, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more spooky content. And as always, stay curious and keep exploring the mysteries of the world. Until next time.